Dem knurrt bestimmt der Magen. Hm, doch nicht? Sounds like someone's happy. What tune is that they're humming? Hm. No crime, no motive, no crime. Sing it with me, no motive, no crime. I remember when we used to search in the chanting room in Kudai. Oh, I love my job. Who cares if the clues I find are no good? It's not what investigating's all about. The investigator investigates with the love of investigating. It's a passion. Ich singe jetzt nicht schon wieder. Good cases we have, good cases we've lost along the way. I would have never guessed that Gamshow was into reggae. Was ist daran bitte Reggae? Every case is gonna be alright. Airtight, every case is gonna be airtight. Hey, pal. Hmm? Who, me? How long have you been there? I just got here. Oh, okay. Also. Ja, wahrscheinlich haben sie... Bestimmt hat er im japanischen Spiel irgendwie Enka gesungen oder so. Das hätte auch mehr zu dem Lied gepasst, was da gerade lief. Und da sie in der Übersetzung ja irgendwie alles mögliche Japanische rausgeschrieben haben, haben sie da wahrscheinlich anstelle von Enka Reggae reingeschrieben, ohne daran zu denken, dass die Musik trotzdem Enka-mäßig ist. Oh, I'm investigating, pal. I made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth. Promise I would find the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon? That barbed sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving you my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. It looks like a letter or something. Doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case, though. Wo wir schon es mit Comics hatten. Ich will jetzt nicht andauernd das Spiel dafür unterbrechen, aber da fällt mir gerade wieder einer ein, den ich jetzt wahrscheinlich gar nicht finde. Komm schon. Finde ich ihn? Finde ich ihn? Ah. Ja, da ist er. Der Chat wird nicht gezeigt im Stream. Oh, Moment mal. Aber vorhin ist er doch noch aufgetaucht. Ich teste jetzt nochmal. Chat. Warum taucht der Chat nicht auf? Ah. Da ist er. Wow, jetzt kommt alles auf einmal. Holy shit. Okay, jetzt ist er da. Ich weiß auch nicht, wie ich das hingekriegt habe. Irgendwie habe ich das Falsche vorhin ausgemacht. So, anyway. Jetzt weiter. A letter? The investigation ist... Habe ich glatt so viel Zeit mit dem Chat und so verbracht, dass ich gar nicht mehr weiß, was gerade mit einem letter gesagt wurde. So how's the investigation going, Detective Gumshoe? I don't know if I should be telling you, pal. But I guess it can't hurt. Looks like the murder took place in the inner temple garden. And they're taking that bloody writing of the lantern pretty seriously back at HQ. What? You mean... I don't have the details, pal. All I know is if you don't find Maya down in that sacred cavern, we're gonna be faced with one ugly situation. What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here? You got me. I don't know. They're not my words, pal. Then who said it? Mr. Godot. Godot? What did he mean by that? Will das bestimmt... der ist bestimmt jetzt der Überzeugung, dass Maya die Mörderin ist. About that letter you found. Don't remind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find the murder weapon. And all I found is some burned up letter. Oh. Burned up old letter? Yeah, wasn't that incinerator right outside the inner temple? The incinerator? I knew it. I knew I wasn't imagining it. There was snow on the incinerator when I first saw it. after the incident, the snow had melted away. Which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder.
What's up with you, pal? Got it right here if you want to take a look.
Can I? Do you mind?
Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. I bet it's got no relation to the case.
Wie hast du es in die Polizei geschafft? Spirit mediums? Burnt letter added to the court record. It's gotta be important if it mentions spirit mediums and masters. I'd better give it a good looking over and some serious thought.
Make sure you chuck it in the trash when you're done. Littering's a crime, pal.
Ja, gucken wir jetzt nochmal direkt rein, bevor wir hier weiterreden. Be careful. Once night falls, I shall be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Ja, habe ich. Falls du den japanischen meinst. War ganz cool eigentlich. Weil es einfach nur ein Film war, mussten sie eine ganze Menge in einen ziemlich schnell machen, aber war eigentlich gar nicht so schlecht. Soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Her name is she is our ally wahrscheinlich. The whole here's a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this burn the memory, also make her don't tell anyone about this letter. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades? Or Hades? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Und an wen könnte das gerichtet worden sein? Be careful, once night falls, Mimmer should be there. As soon as you hear the lights of must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Her name is, she's our ally, the whole here's a picture of her, use it when you channel her. You know you can do it. Hat Pearls das vielleicht gelesen und dann verbrannt? Weil Pearls doch meinte, sie hat versucht, jemanden zu channeln und hat es nicht geschafft. Once this is blah, burn the letter wahrscheinlich. Once this is done, burn the letter oder sowas. Also make sure not to tell anyone about this letter. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. Fruition? Wahrscheinlich. Komisch. Murder weapon. So what do you know about the real murder weapon so far?
Well, it wasn't the Shichishito that was found impaled to the victim's body. Mr. Edgeworth proved that in court today.
Yes, that's true.
In which case, it must have been another blade.
And that's what you're running around like a headless chicken looking for now, huh?
Yeah, and man, is it tiring work. But let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We've got the feather of forensics in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this.
Secret weapon? And what's the secret weapon of yours?
Oh, you want to know? You've got to think scientifically, okay?
Alright.
The murder weapon was a sword. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right?
Ah, gibt's jetzt wieder einen Metal Detector?
Any questions so far?
No, I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look smart. I'll let him have his moment.
So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! A metal detector.
Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away.
Well, you want to give scientific investigation a go?
Huh? Me?
I've been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try?
I don't know. Should I help Detective Gumshoe out or not? Play forensics if... Okay.
Come on, pal. It's good fun, I'm telling you.
Alright then. I guess I'll give it a go.
Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget, the absolute best. So sensitive you could make it cry, so high-tech you could skydive off it.
Oh, bother.
So now I'm going to tell you how to use it. It's possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right?
Sure, that's what we're trying to find out.
Right, so first let's turn the detector on. That's the sound of the metal detector signal bouncing off of something metallic. Next, move the detector around and give this courtyard a good looky-see, pal.
Don't worry. Oh, das wollte ich eigentlich nicht überspringen. Wahrscheinlich, Deswegen, warum geht's da gerade automatisch weiter? Hallo?
Warum ging Ihr Text überhaupt automatisch weiter? Think piece of metallic objects that are hidden from side 2. Take a good look at anything, everything that's... Okay.
That Shichishito next to the golden statue wasn't the real murder weapon, pal.
Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd check it out again anyway.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Do you know about that sword? It's supposed to represent the multiple branches that life can take, all ending as one.
Yes, I heard something about that.
You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life I'd be leading had I not joined the homicide division.
You think about that kind of stuff, detective?
Of course I do. Think about it a lot. Me as a traffic cop, me as a detention officer, me as the Blue Badger.
There's something to be said about the humor value of Gumshoe as the Blue Badger. Okay. What's in this stuff? This looks like a wallet?
Wow, that's where it's been.
Hat seine Brieftasche verloren. Is it yours, detective?
I'm always dropping it, so I put a bell on it.
But you still dropped it anyway.
Yeah, but now I found it again, pal.
The wallet is completely empty, by the way.
Well, I drop it all the time, so I don't put money in it anymore.
And how come the metal detector picked it up?
Oh, it must be because of the bell, I guess.
Oh, man. Huh? What's in this? What's this? A pen?
Hey, I've been looking all over for that, pal.
Hast du einen halben Haushalt hier verloren? Huh? It's yours?
Yeah, my old man gave it to me when I qualified as a detective. He told me it'd be good for sticking in suspects' faces.
Makes a detective sound really nasty.
It's my dream to stick it in your face one day, right?
And don't go losing it. What's this? Looks like there's something round buried in the ground here.
Don't touch that, pal.
Huh? What is it?
It's a trap. People set them out to catch us detectives. They're real nasty.
A trap for detectives? You mean like those fierce traps with sharp teeth that are supposed to snag your leg?
Yeah, those. I got my finger caught in one of those once.
Your finger?
There was this bit of cheese and it looked so tasty. I reached out and then bam!
I'm not sure I know how to respond to a story as stupidly pitiful as that. Ist doch keine Falle, oder? Oh, der Stab? This is Miss Junium's staff, isn't it?
Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood.
Oh, ist da vielleicht eine Klinge drin versteckt? Ist das wie wie diese G-Stöcke, die in Wahrheit eine Klinge drin haben? Das wäre cool. But the detector is reacting to it.
Yeah, but however you look at it, the thing's made of wood, alright? I don't bother investigating anything unless it looks like it might be metallic.
Well, that could have been your problem then. Isn't the whole point of a metal detector to find metal where you can't see it?
It's weird that this thing is causing a racket.
Yeah, let me take a look at it.
Hey, hands off. Examining evidence is a job for the...
The top is coming off.
Look what you've done. You've damaged a really important piece of evidence.
Ah!
That's
A sword?
inside the stuff.
Is this? Could it be?
The murder weapon.
Haben wir deinen Job mal wieder für dich gemacht. I'd never have guessed there'd be a sword concealed in the victim's staff. Ja, da habe ich jetzt aber auch nicht mit gerechnet.
They call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. This one's real gem. The workmanship has reached something else. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword, or else the victim would have stabbed her own foot.
I officially give up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind works. If the real scene of the crime was the inner temple garden, then why was the sword used to kill the victim, found in the main hall courtyard? Hey Gumshoe, who knows about the hidden sword?
No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now.
Was heißt denn hier until I discovered it just now? Well, as they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. Kann er das vielleicht bitte geheim halten? Das wäre doch bestimmt ein tolles Ass im Ärmel. It doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it.
And I guess this isn't the murder weapon, huh?
Kann man ja abgewischt haben. No. I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder.
Yeah, of course. This thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal.
Kannst du dich mal entscheiden? It's about the same length as the Shichishito 2. This must be the murder weapon, definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna run over the forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most of it has been wiped off. See you later, pal.
Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Jetzt sehe ich's auch. Wait up, detective.
Huh? Where is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know.
You're going to get that staff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding off for just a while?
Huh? What are you talking about, pal?
Please. Just until we find Maya.
Maya? What's this got to do with her?
I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach.
Oh, how so?
Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cavern right now and, well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel.
You don't think?
Maya's been murdered. Please, detective, let's just wait until we can get inside the sacred cavern.
You're looking kind of radiant there. Okay, just stop it with that face, pal. One thing, though. This staff's secret trick. Let's keep it between you and me, alright? If it gets out that we knew about it and didn't say anything, we're finished.
I understand.
This is just regular, run-of-the-mill stuff. You got it? Okay, now you take good care of her, pal.
Thank you, detective.
Don't worry. She'll be fine.
I'm sure.
You know, there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some really good pasta. How about I take you there when you find Maya, huh, pal?
Ja, aber ich darf wahrscheinlich bezahlen, ne? Sure, thanks. Has a sword hidden inside. No one knows this except me and Detective Gumshoe. Ich prophezeie schon jetzt, dass irgendjemand im Gericht am Schluss darüber reden wird. Und wir dann sagen können, haha, das hättest du gar nicht wissen dürfen. I can't help but wonder, though. What was Elise Dunham doing with a staff like this in the first place? Yeah, that's true. Irgendwas dazu zu sagen?
I still can't believe it, pal. I never have guessed there was a sword in that thing. Sure, there isn't any blood left on it, but there's a good chance this is the murder weapon, pal.
But this is Miss Dunham's staff, right? That would mean she was killed with her own weapon.
I guess so.
And there's something else that's bothering me, too.
Oh, what's that, pal?
Miss Dunham was an author and an illustrator, right? So what was she doing carrying a sword around with her?
That's a good question. And there's gotta be a good answer to it, I guess. Good luck finding it, pal.
Dankeschön. I'm beginning to see why he receives the salary he does. Na gut. So, hat sie noch was zu sagen?
That thing must have been worn by the victim. There's no other way of looking at it.
You mean because of the matching leather cord found around the victim's neck?
Yeah, bet it was one of those things she always wore. For the safe driving charm I've been wearing for over a year now. If I ever get into an accident, guarantees it'll be the other guy's fault.
Isn't it supposed to stop you from having an accident in the first place? Ich glaube, das Gespräch hatten wir schon. Moment, hast du noch irgendwas zu der zu sagen? What about this? Ah, offenbar nicht. Morgen.
I've seen this lady someplace before. Isn't she that jaw-droppingly large strawberry dessert woman? Oh yeah, she's Pearl Faye's mother, right?
That's right.
She was involved in that incident in Kodine Village last year, wasn't she? Hey, she was the one who did it.
Why doesn't he think why doesn't he think his whole thought through before opening his mouth?
Yeah, that was one ugly case, huh, pal?
Was? I don't know. The more we look at this case, the more I feel like that one never ended.
She's locked up safe in solitary confinement at the detention center, though. At least we can rule her out of this case.
Ja, ich habe langsam vermute ich, dass dieser Brief von ihr kam. War dieser Brief vielleicht von ihr an Pearls? Aber warum würde Pearls da wirklich mithelfen? Okay, ich gehe jetzt erstmal zu Pearl. Gucke, was sie überhaupt so für... Ist sie weg? I was expecting Larry and Pearls to be here. I guess they must have gone to collect firewood. I suppose I'll have to check back later. Gut, dann müssen wir vielleicht erstmal zu Iris. Wir könnten auch noch eben zu ihm hier. Oh, okay. Hey, Edgeworth, did you know that Iris had a twin sister? What? A twin? You can't be serious. Sister Bikini told me, but the problem is she didn't know the name of this twin. There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently her sister was raised by her father, a jeweler, I think. A jeweler? Right, I just might know who this twin sister of hers is. I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? Ja, das war fast eine Überraschung. Yes, exactly. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. Ah, okay, das war dann wohl doch besser, erst zu ihm zu gehen. It was my first court case 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Falls, right? You know about that case. You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. War das nicht ein toller Soundeffekt? They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, stepsister dann ja eher, ne? Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. Her sister? Well, her stepsister actually. They weren't blood related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. Oh. And this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. So, das war mir schon ganz am Anfang aufgefallen bei dem Fall, aber da konnte ich natürlich nichts dazu sagen. Aber ganz am Schluss, als man Phoenix dann freigesprochen hatte in diesem Tutorial-Fall, meinte Phoenix damals noch zu Mia, dass es doch nicht sein kann, dass seine Dahlia in Wahrheit so gemein ist. Weil die er im Zeugenstand gesehen hat, war überhaupt nicht so wie die er immer getroffen hat. Und ich vermute, vielleicht hat er mal die eine, mal die andere getroffen? So after Terry Falls died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out? Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. Why are you so sure about that? It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. Oh, but is she? What? Well, metabolic processes... Her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak. Was soll das denn heißen? What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth? Right. I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know of the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey. Mia Fey, Mia Fey. At the time, Dahlia, it's like she was possessed by a demon or something. It's been almost 5 years since that guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month. Executed? I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And for more reasons than one. But do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead, and once someone is dead, there's no way to revive them. There's no way to revive the dead. I wonder. Ey, wie abgefahren wäre das denn? Wenn Pearls jetzt den Mord begangen hat. Ach du Scheiße. Wisst ihr, wenn Pearls jetzt Dahlia gechannelt hat und dann als Dahlia den Mord begangen hat? Oh je. It seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth. And what is that? It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother. What's their mother got to do with any of this? She's Morgan Fay, a spirit medium from a branch family of the Kudain channeling technique. Did you say Kudain channeling technique? Do you know something about it? Oh yes, I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium. Fraudulent? I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of her channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She had her powers. They were all fraudulent. Edgeworth, go to the police records room. It's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know. Of course, how could I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday, and then you'll see that the Kudain channeling technique is real. Haben wir jetzt ein Gesicht dazu? Haben wir. Morgan Fay's daughter and Iris' twin sister. She was executed last month. Holy shit, ey. Hat jetzt echt Pearls die gechannelt und dann... Ach du meine Fresse. Okay, probieren wir jetzt mal das. Nochmal. Da müssen wir jetzt erstmal genug für haben. Also erstmal das. So, bam. Dann musste ich ihre eigene Aussage präsentieren. Nein, ich wollte nicht abbrechen. Ah, verkackter, blöder Mist. Also nochmal. Warum ist denn Vorspulen und Abbrechen dieselbe Taste? Was soll denn der Quatsch? So, nein, nee, Weather. Jetzt hätte ich was Weather Data präsentiert, nur weil das auch so ein Bild von einem Bericht ist. Also man ist selber und deswegen heißt so, und dann 2 von dir. Show me something to prove there's more than one of me. Well, there. I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps? That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne, a woman I know only too well. I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer... Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Thank you. There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? The second you who was here at the temple on the night of the murder, it was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne. But you just said it yourself a second ago. My sister is dead. Have you forgotten that? Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground of the Kudain channeling technique. Was ist denn mit Pearls das jetzt echt gemacht hat? Ich meine, kann man sie dann dafür verantwortlich machen? Kannst ja irgendwie... That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit and you knew about it. And that is the secret you have been trying to hide from me. The night of the crime.
I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I'd been spotted in the inner temple, I knew it was my sister, Dahlia, the other half of me, who passed away last month.
Just as I suspected, the iris that Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple on the night of the murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before?
But because my sister always does the right thing.
Dann hast du eine echt komische Auffassung von the right thing. Hat dir deine Schwester mal erzählt, was sie alles anstellt? Excuse me? Echt mal.
And because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again.
You betrayed her? What do you mean? That's kind of debatable. Yeah, exactly. Actually, it's very debatable.
That's why I have to. Except I may be found guilty. It's the only way.
What is she talking about? Betrayal, okay.
You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago. That was the start of it all. It's what started her down that twisted path. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end she lost her life. It's all because I betrayed her.
How did you betray her, Iris?
It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing.
What?
But I got scared, so I ran away.
What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father, that's awful.
But I promised that I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money.
Huh?
It was revenge. Revenge on our father.
Revenge? Okay. What do you mean by revenge?
He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away and then sent her to hell.
Mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fay. Na gut, die hat er dann ja einfach, ne, als klar wurde, dass sie nicht die neue Meisterin wird, hat er sie offenbar einfach weggeworfen.
Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family. The main family had a lot of influence in many business and political circles at the time.
Deswegen wollte er wahrscheinlich dann mit ihr zusammenbleiben und dann hat das nicht geklappt und dann hat er sie weggeworfen.
As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place, for power. But his plan backfired, because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as the master of Kurain.
I will be Misty Fay, Maya's mother.
But before long, the credibility of the Kurain tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Mystic Misty Fay,
Mystic Misty klingt irgendwie so dumm,
made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hick dive, and that he had no reason to stay there.
And that's when you came here to Hazakura Temple.
Yes, the woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see.
Oh.
And I haven't seen my mother once since then. Having the master's seat stolen from her, and being rejected by her own family. I have heard she's been very battered, spiritually and emotionally.
I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together.
I have asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident, everything related to it goes back to the history of the Fay clan.
That's what it looks like, yeah. Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me.
What is it?
During the incident in which your sister Dahlia Hawthorne poisoned a lawyer, she began a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you heard anything about him?
Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts.
Au. I see. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. Hurry up, Phoenix Wright. There's still much to investigate. Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you, I promise.
Thank you. I suppose I'd better continue my investigation then. There's still one giant secret left to unlock. Pearl's Cyclocks. Ich find's immer noch lustig, dass Edgeworth Psycholocks gesagt hat. Ich weiß gar nicht warum, aber irgendwas daran finde ich einfach total lustig. Halt war auch, dass er das immer wieder gesagt hat, mit so einer absoluten Überzeugung, dass es genau so heißt, obwohl es überhaupt nicht richtig war.